Friends, how mortifying. I just sat here for the last 20 minutes talking, and I just now realized I never hit go live. That is so embarrassing. Okay, well, do you know what? It's just going to be better the second time, I guess. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm thinking, why is nobody popping on here? Like, this is so embarrassing. Stupid. I'm stupid today. That's okay. Okay. For those of you that do not know me, we're just gonna do it again. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Brittany Budd. I am the queen of content, and my entire jam is helping you get rich with your content. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you cannot. We got the big bitch. We got the Yeti out for this. I'm excited. Okay, so today I really wanted to come and talk to you about how I pulled off $91,000. It was over $91,000 in sales in 30 days from one launch, all organically. And I wanted to do this because I think that there are so many people out there saying these types of stories and not giving any information on how they did it. What was going on? How did you pull this off? Like, tell us more other than like I took a piss and I checked my phone, and in the time that I was peeing, someone I don't even know just paid me $50,000 to work with me one-on-one. I can't wait to meet this person. And it makes us go, what's wrong with me? I'm smart. My clients get results. Like, what the hell? Why is it so much easier for her or him or them? It feels like it's so much easier because lots of people are out here bragging, which I love bragging. Brag your face off to me. I'm here for it. I'm cheering for you. But it can make you feel some kind of way. And so I wanted to come on here and just talk about how I pulled this off, particularly piggybacking off of 3 colossally failing shitty ass launches last year. And so I'm going to tell you everything about this, how I did this, what was going on for me, and hopefully you make some notes and you get some good information that you can take and use in your own business. So first things first, let's start with a disclaimer here. I am Canadian. I charge in American. So if you're wondering how $91,300 in sales came from a $5,000 offer, the math ain't mathin'. That is because there is a little bit of a conversion happening on my end. And I'm talking about what is coming to me to my bank account. So I was selling one thing. I was selling lots of things, but all of this money that I'm talking about, this $91,000 in sales, is from one offer. A lot of people were asking me about that when I was saying, hey, I want to do this class. What questions do you have for me? A lot of people are like, well, how many things were you selling? What were you selling? What was going on? And so, yes, I have my membership. Yes, I have my one-on-ones, but this was only selling one offer. Okay, which was the first round of Iconic at $5,000. Okay. The other things that I want to make you aware of, this is contracts. This was not cash received. This is sales. So there's $91,300 in signed contracts that I am anticipating the money to be paid out over the next couple of months. That month of that launch, I think I did about 30,000 cash into my bank account. And that was not just from the Iconic launch. That was also from my membership, recurring payments, payment plans on my one-on-ones, things like that. So like that, just for transparency purposes, that was kind of what was going on. And this 91, a lot of it has been paid, but the rest of it's going to be paid over the next couple of months. Or some extended payment plans and things like that going on. I just want to be really clear on what was going on. And I did this all organically. I was not running ads. I was only on my Facebook personal page, sometimes cross-posting to my group, sometimes cross-posting over to my Instagram, but my Facebook personal page is my main marketing place. That's where I spend all of my time hanging out, showing up, talking, whatever, living my life. And so I want to reverse before we talk about this and talk about how I had come off of 3 horrible, fucking terrible launches. Okay. The beginning of last year, I launched for the second time a 6-month mastermind called the 500K Club. The first time that I launched it was at the end of 2021. And like it went very well. I wanted it to be like very small, tight knit handful of people. And we did that. It was great. We did a retreat. It was so fun. It was all mastermind. And then at the beginning of 2022, I launched it again. And I only had a couple of people apply for it. And so I was really bummed out. I was really disappointed. And I ended up just giving all of those people one-on-one instead. I was like, there's no point. There was only like 2 or 3 of them. I was like, there's no point in this being a mastermind. Like, you're all just going to get one-on-one for this price. And so like that felt terrible. But let's put things in the proper perspective as well. I had just gotten pregnant through IVF. And then, as you know, if you've been around me for more than a minute, you know that I was like really dealing with the PTSD and the loss from my first loss. Going through IVF was extremely triggering for my trauma. And you know that I ended up losing that baby at the end of March of last year. And so, you know, I just found out I was pregnant. I'm launching this thing. Was it the best idea? I don't know. Obviously not. So they became one-on-ones and it was lovely. But from a launch perspective and a business perspective, was I happy with the results? No, I wanted that launch to go a lot better. I am one of those people that every morning I check my Facebook memories because I like to look at my kids. I like to see pictures of my kids when they were babies. And I'm seeing right now that this time last year, don't fucking ask me why. Don't ask me why. But this time last year, I was launching the Brittany Budd Mindset Coaching Academy. This was $5,000, 6-month mindset coaching certification. And the reason that I'm like, why the fuck, is because it is May. I lost my baby at the end of March. What made me think that selling a mindset certification program 2 months after losing a baby was a good idea? I have no fucking idea. It probably was not. And surprise, surprise, lo and behold, I had 0 people apply. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I was hoping that it would make me feel better. I don't know if I was hoping, I don't know what the fuck I was hoping for. But now that I'm out of my depressive fog and, you know, building my business again, the way I want to build it, I'm just like, what did I do? But anyway, so that was shit. And then at the end of last year, which I find this very ironic, but I'll share kind of my thoughts on this. I launched Big Clit Energy. And that was 6 months. And I know it wasn't 10K. I feel like it was 12 or 15K. I can't remember though, because I was still in a depressive fog when I launched Big Clit Energy. And that was a mastermind for 6 months. And the reason that I find this so interesting is because the basis for Big Clit Energy and the basis for Iconic are identical. The whole purpose of both was get really fucking visible, show off your shit in a world where you have been told to dim yourself. We are cranking the dial all the way up to be fucking blinding, right? Like your brilliance is coming all the way out. We are shedding the bullshit stories we have been told. We are healing. We are showing all the way up and being loud and being too much and being weirdos and saying the shit we want to say and not worrying about hurting people's feelings. and just big clit, like having that big clitoris energy. And I don't know if it was because I wasn't out of my depressive fog yet, or if it was the name, or what, but I did not have anybody apply for that either. Like O for O for O, basically. And so that really sucks. But I share that leading into how I then, like the next thing that I sell does almost 100K. Hold on. Sorry, my kid just came to the patio door and is like knocking, wants me to unlock it. And I'm like, no. To then launch Iconic early this year, and in 30 days, no ads, no nothing, focusing only on my personal Facebook page. I had big plans of like going live multiple times a week and sending lots of emails. I did not do any of that shit, but the launch was way better. So why? How did I do that? What did I do? And that's what I'm going to uncover here, because you have to think about the circumstances. This is why I don't love the life coach school. You know, I was just talking to one of my clients and she's like a trauma coach. And we were talking about like how a lot of the things that we're taught around like neuro encoding and things like that, like mindset, is very bypassing. And so like, I want to be really clear. Like, I was in a depressive fog that obviously plays a huge role in what I was doing and going through. And so like, I don't even remember a lot of last year. If it wasn't for the Facebook memories, I wouldn't really know what was going on. And your energy plays a huge role in what's going on. And something that I think is really important as someone who, you know, I've had good launches, obviously, and bad launches, obviously. Like, I'm constantly investing in myself. Like, I have been investing in marketing and sales and mindset and like neuro encoding and neuro marketing and psychology of sales and psychology of buying for a decade at this point. Like, I come from finance. I was a stockbroker for 7 years. I managed $21 million in assets. That's a lot of fucking money for over 150 families. That's a lot of fucking accounts. Most people have more than one account. And understanding humanness and what's going on in the brain and how we're showing up and where we are playing smaller than we should, and how to show up in your content and in your marketing and in your messaging and the way that you sell. Like, this is all of the stuff that I teach inside Iconic. So like, number one, right out of the gate, I'm really fucking excited about Iconic. I was excited about it last time. I'm excited about it this time. The program itself is a little bit different because I think we should always be evolving. But the first round, it was $5,000. It was 90 days, and it is a hybrid program. There's nothing on the market right now like Iconic. I'm not seeing it. I don't think it exists. Maybe it does. I don't really give a shit. I'm not worried about what other people are doing. I'm worried about me and my people. But like, number one, I'm excited. Like, calm yo tits, no thank you. The tits are crazy. I'm not being calm in any way, shape, or form. I am obsessed with my mission with this container because it's a hybrid. It's one-on-one, and it's mastermind, and it's earned PR. Because my mission in this world, like, ordained to me, is to help more women shine as brightly as possible. Like, we're handing out sunglasses around here, shining as brightly as possible so that they can make as much fucking money as they want to impact their lives, their marriages, their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, their communities, the world, however that ripples out for them. We are building legacy lifestyles in this container. And so the first round, it was 5K, 90 days. We start with a 1-hour kickoff call, which I was so excited about. And on that call, we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I'm going to strongly push you into doing an event, going live, show your face, show your beautiful face, show your beautiful brain. Let people in, let them see you, show off. And I did. I made everybody. But this is a huge part of building your brand, building your visibility, getting on someone else's radar to be handing you opportunities. Because the women that come into Iconic and want to be icons want opportunities. They want people in their DMs. They want people in their emails saying, would you come on my podcast? Would you come to do my event that I'm hosting in this location? I'm looking for a speaker who does exactly what you do. Would you come? I'm going to pay for your flight. I'm going to pay for your hotel. We're going to do XYZ. Would you like a book deal? Would you like to be in this magazine? Like, yes, yes, yes. The answer to all of these questions is yes, of course. Do you want to be on TV? Yes. Thank you for noticing. But you got to stand out a little bit. And the best way to stand out and show off who you are, not just like show off for showing off's sake, which I don't care about that either. Show off. Show off. Let me see you. I'm here to cheer you on. But we cannot assume your personality, your tone, your jokes through your written content. Yes, your written content is amazing. Yes, it can convert. Mine did. I did not get to go live as much as I wanted to, which I went live 0 during my launch for this 91K in 30 days. I wanted to go live multiple times. I wanted to send a bunch of emails. None of that shit happened. My kids ended up sick. I ended up sick. Everything kind of went to shit, but it still really worked out for me. But it was because I was so obsessed with what I was doing. I don't ever think that my mission is like not going to work out for me. So my mindset is very, very clear. Okay. So I'm excited about the offer, but I'm not only excited about the offer, I'm excited about the structure. I'm excited about the container. I'm excited about the deliverables. The workbook is gorgeous. Like, again, shout out to Jordan for doing the workbook for me in like 5 seconds flat and making it beautiful. I was excited about the price. I thought the price was a no-brainer because I'm taking you from, that 7 to 10K month mark and going, okay, well, what's it going to look like? What's it going to take? What do you need to think? How do you need to show up? What beliefs do you need to have to go 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, 60K, 70K, 100K months? Like the bumping into the 10K wall, like that's a legitimate problem. Bumping into 10K walls and not being able to get past the 1 to 150 annually is a huge problem. And they call that the messy middle or the miserable middle, where you're trying to get past that 150. You're trying to get 250, 300, 500, a million. There's not a ton of support for that. And the anecdote to get past it is massive visibility, like even more clarity, niching down, saying scary shit, showing the fuck up in ways that you've never done before. That's how you do it. Very clear and simple. So I was super obsessed with it. I was super excited about it. And like I said, it was a one-on-one and mastermind. So you get one-on-one calls with me, and you get group calls with me, and you get a group Slack, and you get earned PR. So what does that mean? If you didn't see my webinar or my class that I did live that I did with Shannon from her media, is I charged everyone the same to be in this container, and then Shannon charged me. So I was peeling off my earnings to pay her to make sure everybody had 4 features in magazines for their topic, their zone of genius, their topics, the thing that they're known for. And we're not paying for press releases, which I did pay for a press release for this. I don't know if you guys saw that. We're not paying for the visibility. You're earning the visibility. I'm paying Shannon for her time and her expertise to interview you, She interviews everybody one-on-one. She sends you a little questionnaire. She then interviews you, compiles a gorgeous article about how amazing you are, and then she goes and pitches it to the right magazines and like publishers that would be interested in you and your topic and the thing that you say. And it's not fluffy. We're getting rid of all the fluff. Like, this is, like I keep saying, Iconic is about stripping the fluff and the bullshit and having you positioned as an authority figure in your niche, not sounding like anybody else. If you're kind of having these thoughts of, oh my goodness, she's way more successful than me and we're not saying anything different. Ding, ding, ding. There's your answer. She's making more money than you. Who gives a shit? I'm not saying anything different than her. That's where I give a shit. You shouldn't be saying the same thing as anybody else. You need to be saying the same thing as yourself. No one should be saying anything like you unless they're copying you. Okay? And so then she goes out and she pitches it. And these publications pick them up. And boom, now the ripple effect starts for you. That goes beyond your little bubble of 5,000 Facebook friends. And whoever's in your group and whatever else is going on. There's a whole wide world out there happening that we forget that it exists because we don't have brick and mortar businesses, but there's a whole lot going on. And so there's just nothing that gets you the visibility, the up level, like the instant up level, as well as the high level access and the high level support as Iconic. Okay, so my mindset, having created this container, was this is fucking gold. Every single day for the whole launch, I woke up and thought, this is fucking gold. And I would go to bed and be like, I'm going to make 100K from this launch because this is fucking gold. I didn't make 100K, but I think 91.3 is very close. Like, I'm not scoffing at it. This is not a flop. We're very, very close here. If I had got one more person, we would have pulled it off, but that's okay. I wasn't mad about it. And I'm not mad about it. I thought there are so many six-figure women in my world who want and need this. They want the community, but they want the instant answers. Like, we like to move fast. There are enough women who are sick of being in the messy and miserable middle. They want to be on stage. They want to be handed the mic and have someone say, I want to hear from you. What you have to say is extremely valuable. Can you please tell us more? They want to be visible. They want to be authorities. They want to be experts. They want to be the go-to, the it girl in their niche. I have enough women in my audience who very much want someone like me, aka me, the content queen, who can have one conversation and spit out a whole month worth of content, plus tons of ideas on how to now repurpose that content into reels, emails, rewrite it, recycle it, turn it into a masterclass, all of these things that you can just use for basically the rest of your business if you wanted to. Of course they want that. Of course they want the visibility. You know, they've invested before, they've hired content coaches and visibility coaches, and they have been shoved into cookie cutters all across the board, and they're ready to work with me, who's going to help them create something that is custom, never done before, like not seen on the market. They're obsessed. They want this so badly. This is like a no-brainer. And so I was very detached from how that was going to happen. And I know that this is really difficult because we hear this a lot. Just be detached from the outcome. And it's like, but I am attached to the outcome. So I can't really gaslight myself into being detached from the outcome. I very much want this. And like, I want the money. I need the money. Like, am I desperate? No. Am I stressed? Maybe a little. And so, you know, of course I wanted to pull off 100K. Of course I wanted the people to come. Of course I daily had to work on my mindset. Like, friends, this is important. Daily, I had to work on my mindset of, oh my goodness, nobody wants this. This is stupid. Everybody hates me. Why am I doing this? And really pushing myself into belief like, no, I can name names of the women that should be in this container. I can name names of the women who, if they let me, I could come in and be like, if you just made these little tweaks in your content, you'd probably be seeing better results. Also, here's the microphone because you're extremely powerful and more people need to know about you. I knew. And so I spent so much time every day in that mindset of, no, this is the thing. This is the thing that is going to be like one of my flagship offers. It's going to be powerful. It's going to change lives. It's going to be like part of my brand. I am dedicating myself and committing myself to this thing. I'm not going to stop. It's just going to work. It has to work. There are no other options. I'm going to keep going until this works. And like, that's easy with one-on-one because you're just like I was always told at the beginning, like one-on-one, that's the thing. That's the thing that you sell. If in doubt, sell one-on-one. And even when I was launching this, my coach at the time was like, why aren't you just selling one-on-one? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like you don't know if people want it. Like, just sell one-on-one. Like, people will buy it. And I was like, I know, but I just really feel like attached to this offer. I really want to see what's going to happen. And because I just really wanted to experiment and see what was going to happen, I think that had a huge impact on how I was able to show up and have so much fun. Like, my content was insane. I was having so much fun. And like, the women were coming and they just kept coming and it was great. Like, we had a great time. We're having a great time. There's still a whole month left. Even though the next round starts in a couple of weeks, there's going to be some overlap. If they decide that they want to renew, they're going to get some extra, which is great. But I was just like, one of the big things for me, and I know this is difficult for me to try to quantify and share with you if you haven't been in my position, but like, my first year in business, 2020, I started my business in February, and from February to December, I made $104,000. And then my second year in business, I made $250,000. But my third year in business, I lost a baby, which was last year. I went through IVF. I was pregnant. I was in a fog. The baby died. I was in a depression, and I ended the year at 108. I did not think that I was going to even hit six figures, but I ended the year at 108, and I was in a depressive fog until October. From January until October, I was mentally unwell. I didn't know that. I thought that I was fine. And so like, you will have seen my content and things during that whole period of time where I was still showing up and putting out content and selling. I wasn't really getting a lot of sales, but that's because I really believed that I was well. I wasn't putting on a show. I think that a lot of people, when they try to be authentic, they go, I was really awful. Everything was shit. But now I feel better. And now I'm going to tell you about how I felt really shitty. That was not me. I didn't know that I was feeling so shitty until I felt better. And then I was like, oh no, I have been very unwell. Oopsies. Like, it was not on purpose. I was not trying to put on a show or a facade or anything for anybody. I believed I was well. And when I got out of the fog and looked back and only saw black and darkness and fog and no memory, I was like, oh, I was not well. But when I came back and I was well, I filled up my one-on-one in a couple of weeks, and I made more money being in a black fog, failing all of my launches than I did my first year. And that created for me a level of trust in myself that I did not have before. I was trusting myself. Oh yeah, you know how to make money. Like, it's okay. You're going to be fine. Because of course we have moments where we're like, oh my God, there's not enough. There's a bill. There's a thing. Something's happening. Like, whatever. Where's the money going to come from? Like, we've all been there. And I've always been able to say, well, it's going to be okay. I know how to make money. But to look back and go, from December of the year before, which is when it was probably even October. It was probably a good 12 months that I was in a fog. October is when I started my injections and started like going to the fertility clinic all the time and like getting ready for transfer and things like that. That's when I started to get into like a mess in my mind. And it, like I said, it was like end of October. So for me to be like that for like 10 months of the year and still do 108, more than I did busting my ass in my first year, that gave me such a deep level of trust in myself to go, it doesn't really matter what happens. If this launch fails, who fucking cares? Like I still have, like right now I have almost $200,000 in sales on my books for this year. I could do nothing for the rest of the year if I wanted to and do 5-figure months for the rest of the year. Like it's not that serious. And I was able to go, okay, it doesn't have to be so serious. Why am I taking everything so serious? Why is every timeline like, if this doesn't work, I'm dead. We're all dead. The house catches on fire. We're all trapped inside. Like none of this is real. These timelines are made up. And if anyone knows how to provide for her family, it's me. If I really need to make money, I can go make it. I'm selling Iconic because I want to, not because I needed it to make 100K. I didn't need to make 91K. It's great that I did. I'm super happy. I'm thrilled. I'm grateful for every fucking penny from it. I'm grateful for every woman that joined. I'm grateful for every one of my clients, past, present, and future. Did I need it? No. Of course, it's going to pay my bills and pay for my family and give us things and pay for this next round of IVF that I'm doing in like 3 weeks. But I didn't need it to mean anything about me. I didn't need it to prove anything to myself. I didn't need it to validate me in any way, shape, or form. And I didn't need it because I was going to lose my house. I was able to come at it mentally and go, whatever happens, happens. We're going to be fine. If I can take off 10 months and be in a complete depressive fog and still make $108,000, I'm pretty sure I'll survive if this launch flops. I still have the whole rest of the year to make some money. And that level of detachment to the outcome, I think, was extremely instrumental. But it also let me have so much more freedom to put out content whenever I felt like it, to show up when I felt like it, to have lots of fun, to play in this. I'm going to make $100,000 in a month from this. These women are going to be amazing. We're going to have the best community. They're going to get so much exposure. They're going to connect so deeply. And they are. Like one of the ladies was invited to speak in a summit and they were looking for panelists for something. Boom, she immediately connects the summit hosts with one of the other women in Iconic and got her a spot as a panelist, because your network is your net worth. And we are putting very powerful women who know they are very powerful together. And when you put powerful women together, naturally, they want to support and encourage and help one another, which is the most beautiful thing of this container, which is why I wanted it to be a one-on-one and a mastermind. Like it's a hybrid. And it's so beautiful to behold the connections that are being made and the way that they are supporting one another and saying names in rooms that you don't even know your name is being said in. That's happening in real time. So that was where my mindset was. You know, I was just having lots of fun, playing in belief, thinking about it every morning and every night. I'm going to fill this. I'm going to sell it out. I'm going to make 100K. It's okay that I didn't. I expect this round too. I expect the current round that is enrolling right now to do that. And it's a little different. So I'll share with you guys the difference. It's 7,500 this time. There is more one-on-one. So the kickoff is 2 hours, not 1 hour. We will focus on a couple of things and you will get to pick. We can do a social media audit. We will do an event, of course. We will do content creation, like a content calendar. And I'm going to help you map out all of your content for your event. But if you want to spend time doing like a social media audit or like a business audit or an offer audit, or you want to create a new offer, we can do that too. but you're going to have what you need. Like we all want to just show up and have our content make money for us, be a magnet, draw the right people in, sell out our shit. Okay, let me show you how. It's a combination of like being yourself, being your weird, showing off your brilliance, making really compelling offers. And there's a difference between just like putting a CTA and being compelling, inviting someone to work with you and selling. The psychology of buying, the psychology of selling, like where your mindset and energy and belief needs to be, how you're speaking to the champion in your clients so that they do want to throw their wallets at you and buy whatever you're selling. And so we do all of that stuff. And then you get 2 additional hour-long calls with me. You get weekly 90-minute group calls. There's a Slack channel. You also get recordings of our one-on-ones. You get access to Google Drive that has all of the content that we create together. And then, of course, Shannon and her media are going to be back giving you your own interview and 4 publications that are earned for you. There are payment plans available, of course, and I want you to apply just so I can get to know you. There's no right or wrong answers. This isn't a test, but if you go to brittanybudd.com/iconic and apply, I'm just asking you questions about yourself and your business and why you want to be more visible and be positioned as an expert and authority. And then if you want to have a conversation with me, that's one of the options too. And we can meet and chat, make sure you're a good fit to do the next round. We're going to start June 19th is going to be the next round kickoff. So the sooner you apply and get accepted and get your first payment in, the sooner you can book your 2-hour kickoff so you can really get rolling. There's no good reason to let, if half of the year has gone by and you're not where you want to be, let's not be crazy. Let's just come into this. If I can teach you how to take your business from right around 10K months, 7 to 10K months, and start creating 20, 40, 50, 100K months for you. Like, why wouldn't you do that for $7,500? That's crazy. Shout out to my client, Jen, who shared with us today that this is her record-breaking month. She's never made more money than she has this month. We're like, this is amazing. This is amazing. People are paying her in full for her one-on-one right now. And like, we're obsessed. So then my strategy, what was I doing in my strategy? So I talk a lot. I put out a lot of content. Like I said, I did not get to go live like I wanted to, and I did not get to put out as many emails as I wanted to, but I was putting out 1 to 2 emails a day for the 30 days. As we got near the end, I ramped my emails up. So if you're on my email list, you probably saw a little extra. I did ramp it up a little bit in the last like week and a half, where I was doing like 3, 4, maybe 5 a week. I was not rewriting emails or like writing new emails for my content. My content was my content, and I repurposed my favorite pieces into emails. I take a Google Drive, a Google Doc, sorry. I go through my content and I take my favorite pieces and I put them into a Google Doc to recycle. I had over 50 pieces that I had, they were long form sales posts that I had taken and scrolled over into this Google Doc that I can, if I want to, reuse for this launch. But I put out way more than 50 some odd pieces. I was putting out at least 2 pieces of copy. So the difference between content and copy is content is whatever. Copy sells. Copywriting is content that sells. It has a call to action on it. It is compelling. It is asking people to hire you. I was doing at least 2 of those a day, if not more. I would say by the end, I was doing like 5 a day. And I was putting out lots of like shorter pieces or pieces that I couldn't recycle because they were very specific to, what was going on in that moment or that time. Engagement pieces like one-liners, things like, hey, why aren't you in Iconic yet? What's holding you back? I'm not going to save those in a document of copy. They are a few sentences. I can clearly come up with those on my own. But I was putting out content multiple times a day about Iconic, and at least twice of those per day had a call to action and the link to check out the sales page, book a call with me, and apply. Okay, so that's my content. but I also was very much engaging with my audience. So if anyone was commenting on any of my things, which like this should be just like part of your daily practice anyway, friends. But if you were commenting on my stuff, I'm commenting back. I'm engaging with you. I'm trying to build a relationship with you because I have like 8,700 followers just on my personal page. That's a lot of fucking people. I want to connect with you if you're going to be here. I want to get to know you. I want to be friends with you. I want us to have a relationship and a connection and build a community together. And so I'm engaging with you in the comments. I'm responding. I'm asking questions. But one other thing that I started doing this year is DMs, and not cold DMs and not like slimy, spammy, salesy DMs, which I mean, get your bag. I mean, however you want to do DMs, you should do DMs. But I was DMing anyone that engaged with me and saying, thanks for engaging with me. I really appreciate that you took time out of your day to give me love. And I would love to return the favor. Please let me know how I can do that. And I have been doing this since the beginning of the year. Every couple of days, I will go back through my content and I will look at who's engaging with me. And I will send them a quick note thanking them. Because from the bottom of my heart, this world, this online world that we live in is noisy and loud as fuck. And across the board, you hear people bitching and moaning that no one's paying any attention to them. It feels like no one's looking, no one's engaging, no one's commenting, no one's doing this, that, and the other thing. And I thought, yep, these are valid feelings. So I'm going to change that. If someone is going to stop what they're doing, stop scrolling, and give me a thumbs up or heart reaction or actually type to me, that's a big deal to me. That is a big deal to me. I take that very seriously. And I thought, no, I'm going to build a better community this year. So I was way off last year in my own depressive, dark bubble. This year, I want to be with people. I want to feel a community. I want to feel friendships. I have felt lonely for a long time, and I don't want that anymore. I want to build meaningful relationships with people. And if people are going to take a step towards me by giving a reaction or going as far as to comment, I am going to acknowledge that. Because I think that we very quickly, especially online, we're just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Like they're supposed to do that. And like when people come online and watch you live and you're like, oh, only 10 people came live. Well, if 10 people were standing in your house, you'd be like, why are you all in my house? But of course, when we're online, we're like 10, but I have 1,000 followers. Where is everybody else? So I just thought, no, from now on, I am going to engage with people that want to engage with me. I am going to thank you for that. And I do. Like I said, every couple of days, I will go through and send a message and just say, thank you for giving me some love. Let me know how I can return the favor. And what happened was most of the people that ended up joining Iconic were because of those conversations. They did not bother booking a call with me at all. I was just like, how can I support you? And they were like, actually, I've been liking your stuff because I really want to talk to you about Iconic and I'm scared. Most of the people that came into Iconic came in that way. If I had have gotten in my own head about being weird, quote unquote, and like not DMing people to thank them, then Iconic wouldn't even have half filled. We would have only had a handful of people enroll. But like I said, I wanted to acknowledge the people that are acknowledging me. And that made a huge difference, obviously in my launch, but also in my social media experience. Like every day that I'm online, I am having so much more fun because I feel like I am taking that like, oh, I know her. to another level. Like I just feel a little bit more connected to the people in my audience, and that makes me feel good. That makes me enjoy my social media scrolling and my experience a little bit more. And when I see like one of these ladies post something, like sometimes I'll comment, but sometimes I'll DM them and be like, I saw you posted this, like good for you, so excited for you. Like the support is now next level. And so like that was really, really important. The other thing that was really important in my content was not talking about like the struggle game, but talking to like the champions in my clients, talking to the reality and the possibility. Like the reality is you don't love sitting in front of your computer or your phone trying to come up with content every day. It's not your zone of genius. That's fine. You have other things going on. You're a money coach, you're a life coach, you're a parent coach, a relationship coach, you're a bookkeeper, you are a graphic designer, you own an agency. Like sitting here trying to come up with content that gets your audience's eyeballs and makes them interested to the point that they are throwing their wallets at you. It's okay that that's not your favorite. Like that's just a reality of it. You don't love it. That's okay. You're not sure what to say. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. And because it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work, it's really annoying to try to figure out, well, why did it work? What about this thing worked? Why didn't this work? What about it didn't work? How do I do more of what worked? How do I do less of what didn't? How do I just want to get paid to help people? And I totally get that. And so like, but that's the reality. And I don't have a problem saying this is your reality, but guess what? Your reality is also you want to make more money. You want to hit multiple 5-figure months, maybe even 6-figure months. You want to serve more people. You want to be an expert. You want to be seen as an authority. You want people to know you and go, oh, you're looking for someone to talk about this. You need her. You do want that visibility. You do want that exposure. You do want that authority and to be that expert. Not everybody wants that, but the people that come into Iconic do want that. They want to be handed the mic. And so I'm talking about the reality and the possibility of what can happen if you come to Iconic and let me get my hands on your content and on your marketing. Let me teach you marketing skills and sales skills and the psychology of buying that your audience needs. Let me teach you how to tell stories that sell for you. Let me teach you how to shine your light more brightly so that people are attracted to you. Let me teach you how to position your brand so that it is very recognizable. Let me help you audit your social media so that when you do get these opportunities that you will be getting in Iconic, when these complete cold people see you in these magazines and on these podcasts, when they come to your social media, they know exactly what you're about. They know how to work with you. They know what's going on. Like it's very clear what's going on with you and how to hire you. And I shared a combination of like storytelling and facts. Because some people don't really give a shit as much of the stories as they just want facts. Like, when is it? When are the calls? How much does it cost? How many calls do I get with you? How many calls do I get with the other ladies? What's included? I shared a combination of those things. And I was not afraid to put my link. I was not afraid to tell people to get their asses in there. I was not afraid to like not shut up about it. I was not afraid of my audience getting annoyed with me. I was not afraid of like being salesy. I just thought not nearly enough people are hearing this message. How often can I say it without like wanting to poke my own eyeballs out? I mean, I want to honor my time here and my family. So how frequently can I say this and invite people and say, hey, Iconic is here. You need it. Here's why. You want to make more money. Here's how I'm going to help you. You're going to get tons of support. You can ask me questions every day if you want and get answers in real time. So you're not waiting week after week for support. You want to move fucking fast? I want you to move faster. Let's go. And I just never shut up about it. And the funny thing is like I had a girlfriend, actually 2 girlfriends, where I was just kind of checking in with them because, again, I'm trying to be more intentional about my friendships this year. And so outside of the ladies that I was just like thanking for being in my world, I'm checking in with my friends. 2 of them were like, how are things? And I was like, so busy. Like, I'm almost done. I've got like 1 more week left of this launch. And they're like, what launch? And I was like, what do you mean, what launch? And they're like, what are you launching? I haven't seen anything about it. What? 3 to 5 to 7 pieces of content daily, at least 2 of them with calls to action. And my friends weren't seeing it, which just goes to show you, however much you think you're talking about your offer, it's not enough. It's not nearly enough. The people that you think are paying attention to you and just don't care, nope, they're not seeing it. Zuckerberg and the algorithm are against you. I'm just teasing. That's not true. But you can't expect everyone to see everything. So like, say it way more. So those are my like big takeaways from having such a successful launch. I knew what I wanted. I knew who it was for. I was really excited about it. I'm still really excited about it. I think it's even better. It's just going to keep getting better and better and better. My mindset was really clean and clear in belief, in trust, in knowing that there's nothing like this on the market yet. I don't think I could walk into a room and throw a rock and hit someone that wouldn't want this. I was showing up constantly. I was selling constantly. I was really unapologetic about who it's for and inviting them in. And that's how we did it. 91K in 30 days, all organically, all on this Facebook profile, never shutting up. Full belief, full mindset behind it, just not shutting up about it. And so if you want these types of results in your business too, hello, Iconic is open for enrollment. Go to BrittanyBudd.com/iconic and apply. I want to get to know you. I'm asking you about your business, about your visibility goals, about your income goals, like where you want to be in the next 6 months. If you want to be hitting multiple 5-figure months, multiple 6-figure years, you want to be seen as an authority, as an expert, be handed the mic, be given opportunities, this is the container. I'm going to support you. I'm going to give you tons of content, a customized strategy, all of this amazing marketing, messaging, sales support, as well as the mindset support as you implement it in real time. Thank you, Janelle. I'm super excited. Again, we start June 19th. The doors close June 16th. There are payment plan options. BrittanyBudd.com/iconic. Let me show you in real time using your business how to do this for yourself. And what I teach you is not a flash in the pan. It is something that you can reuse over and over and over again. The skills transfer. You can burn your business down. You can change niches. You can do whatever you want. The skills transfer. The skills transfer. Marketing and sales will make you money always. Doesn't matter what you're selling. This will pay you for the rest of your life. The women that are in there have already, of course, made their investments back. You will too. Like I said, $7,500 for 90 days of one-on-one support with me, group support, customized strategy, PR opportunities. I made this for you. BrittanyBudd.com/iconic. All right, my friends, I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me. I have loved it. I'm going to be back again. I love being live. I need to do it more. All right, beautifuls. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have questions about Iconic and you want to talk privately, my DMs are always open. And again, if you go to the application, one of the options is, do you want to talk to Brittany about this privately? And if you click yes, then I'm going to reach out to you and we will set up a time to hop on a Zoom and chat more about how it can support you and what it's going to look like to help you hit multiple 5K months, multiple 6K years. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, my beauties, I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye.